So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So we are continuing on with MSQ, I do believe. Dreams of the Lost seems to be where we're at. So let us head on over to Kurthus once more. I know I probably seem like I'm streaming this game a lot, but that's also because I kind of want to see if I can get to the end of Heavensward prior to the summer. Nope, I'm not trying to come back out. There we go. Get the map. Because especially with my PC overheating issues, it really doesn't run well in the summer, so I want to switch over to retro stuff and Wii stuff. Not Wii stuff. Technically Wii is retro, but like Switch stuff in the summer, which is less taxing on my hardware and doesn't overheat, since I know it's coming. So you slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Garlemald, uncovered the truth behind a 1000-year war, thwarted a megalomaniacal archbishop's ambition, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that about sum it up? Yeah, I kind of forget that I've been gone that long from when I've seen Thancred. I'm thinking in my head, like, how come you look so different? Although you still, his hair didn't change, but I guess maybe Thancred popped out of the live stream sooner. I didn't recognize him with the ponytail. That was a really big part that threw me off. I wonder how everybody else has changed then. Have they wound up in cities? Why did you stay in a wilderness? Why didn't you go back to town or stay with the Voth? I have questions, Thancred. Fortunately, the journey afforded us ample time to brief Thancred on recent events. Right, let's not keep Sir Emmerich waiting. Yeah. Are you quite well, Thancred? Also, did he lose the eye? I don't... He has an eye patch now? But I don't recall him having it in, like, the Dawntrail trailer. So that's confusing. Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You've given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dervanians, and our friends are nowhere to be found. 'Twould seem there's no end to our troubles. We can't but face them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Yida and Papalimo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we'll look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure as one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. To be met with chaos because Sir Emmerich is not well. How he is not well, I don't know. How did you get stabbed through the armor by a knife that was probably ultra dull from the broom? Is your metal armor worth anything? Wait, how do I... Oh, it's down here. I thought it was in the upper levels. Oh good, you're back. Things got a bit heated while you were away. Must I constantly babysit? So you've returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Emmerich's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would be that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? I don't know if he's dead, or, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What happened? Will he live? Doesn't he walk everywhere in plate mail?
The Trojans tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmont and Lord Artorial not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they stabbed the fiend before he could land the telling blow.
You also took out a witness who could have told us why he did it. Also, can't Alphino heal? Can we get him upstairs to heal him faster? Also, hi there, DJT. We are continuing MSQ.
The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom.
Well, it sounds like maybe they're not from the Broom if they're willing to take out their own headquarters and people.
'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let us be about it.
Because at least in Final Fantasy XII, when the prince got shot, it got him in like the one spot he didn't have armor. In this, it feels like he got stabbed with a rusty kitchen knife that went through his armor. How? And not even with someone who like charged at him. I guess if you put enough force behind it, maybe you could get through it. But this was just a little casual pass-by stabbing, so how?
Even if we had the same resources to combat the fires as them up in the pillars, we'd be fighting a losing battle. You've seen the Broom. All them narrow streets with wooden houses crammed together. It's kindling is what it is.
Yeah, that's a reason why here in America you very rarely see gas stoves in apartments. It's to avoid accidental oopsies.
The Archbishop may have fallen, but the legacy of his predecessors endures.
Just as Sir Emmerich risked his life to bring about the lasting change, so too will others wager to preserve what they hold dear. Nuaswa once told me that a man is all too willing to let his future be bound by his past, and time after time I've witnessed how depressingly right he was.
The flames are spreading. We must begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified.
Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there's a pattern.
If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, both in the pillars and the foundation.
Well, I mean, with him I figured it was maybe because he was the Pope's son, and maybe if people found out, especially after they realized that their entire faith was a lie, that might cause them to lash.
Indeed. Given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Elfino and Mistress Yistola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in Foundation.
As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Mean and Bren and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogues striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, milady.
I'll bet. The name's Hilda. A Scion, eh? I was thinking I found a fellow ruffian among all those illustrious personages.
Thancred, can you not?
I'll remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all.
Well, we could begin by sifting through the charred rubble and questioning random passers-by. In my experience, every town is at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. So, me? Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Eminem, Emilion de Fortans, lover of women and wine.
Though neither care for him that much, they say he could gossip for Ishgard.
Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion.
He'll be at the Crozier, most like making an effort to be seen. So let's go and see him.
Grizzled, I will accept, but old? Maybe it's the hairdo. It's probably the eye patch. At the end of base Heavensward, he was made head of the House of the Lords. Maybe that's part of it too. Where am I going? At the Jeweled Crozier. Probably up here. Somewhere. To the marketplace. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does. And in Lord of a Million, I sense we have living proof.
Well, go on then. Talk to the daft sod. Ah, Master Nightmare, I feared Lord Emmamillion has once more strayed from the path.
Oh, it's this kid.
As he has so often been the case, his renowned enthusiasm of martial training gave way to frustration and disinterest at a first sign of difficulty.
Well, well, if it isn't Bren, dearest of all my friends, you're looking rather glum. Something the matter? Ah yes, the arsons. Dreadful business that. And awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you're wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Emmerich's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Well, hopefully that armor provided a little protection. Actually, if you're thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the stressed and despondent young maidens. I don't think they'd be in the mood for that, sir. Wait a moment. I know what this is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me injustice. I will have you know my heart yearns but for one rose, prickly though she may be. Doubt. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it will help you prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I'd hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplon, Bren, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda?
You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes.
I think he's had enough being left in nothing less than small clothes. You think Thancred is 31, so by anime he is considered old? That's always weird to think about, isn't it?
What do you mean I'm considered old? My lord is a gentleman of unassailable principles. To assail them, after all, one would first need to locate them.
Meow. I shall dream no longer. Good luck with your investigation.
I can't violate his principles. He does not have them.
Ystola is 32 and Urianger is only 29? I mean, I guess that's not a huge difference. But I always figured Urianger being slightly older than the rest of the crew. Aside from maybe Papalimo. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot and I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm's getting better after all. Well, that adrenaline will do it for you, won't it? Come, my brothers and sisters, there's food and shelter for all in the Basilla. Actually, I don't know that word. Halone's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess, we're not sure if we should come. There are many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Dravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well? Nah, I come to relieve succor. Well, no, that's not right. Come to relieve suffering and provide succor. There we go. Words. I can English. So, the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good, this madness has gone on for far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Oh, Papa Limo's 42. He did seem a little older, just by the way he talks. Yida seems like she might be the youngest. I'm guessing early 20s? Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Oh, right. I forgot about Alphino and Alice in that equation. The literal teenagers. I was thinking about the ones that are currently still missing.
Finished then?
Ah, there you are. Anything to share? We will require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we're to identify the culprits. While you're questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Raymond's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Hishgardian orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphino will doubtless have an opinion. Maybe it's just meant to keep us distracted? And keep him temporarily out of commission? I don't know. Okay, rendezvous at the broom. Where at the broom? Down there. I was gonna say who knows, but then I immediately spotted it.
Ah, you should have seen the way Alphino tackled him.
Given his height, it probably was impressive.
Good. Now that you're here, we can proceed with the interrogation.
Since will avail you not. Oh, I can't speak. Silence will avail you not, sir. Yuda's 25 and Minfilia's 27. Okay, Minfilia's a tad older than I thought she'd be. As I suppose is Ida. I was expecting her to be more like 22. Ah, Bren, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect.
We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted.
Let go of me, damn it! You got me wrong. You got the wrong man. Kryl is 22. It's kind of hard to tell with Lalafels. With Papolino, I guessed it based off of his personality. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, grant you, but then these high-born types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. I'm guessing he's playing a bit to get the other guy to confess, like, how dare he? That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. And there's the confession. Even a sinner as me could have found salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I left it behind, tried to with all my heart, said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it. Hilda, would you be so kind as to escort our friend to the congregation?
Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there.
I do not.
was incredible! But how did you know he would confess?
Well, I have seen his like before. A troubled soul, manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk.
And if our captive had called your bluff?
Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at least confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Ah, yes, about that.
Thank the 12 you've returned to us, but what happened to your old outfit?
Ah, yes, about that. I'm so curious when he gets to keep the Nutkin. He's got to get one at some point. I probably just accidentally made that longer than it needed to be. Oops. Thancred and his pet chinchilla.
The Temple Knights are interrogating the arsonist as we speak. God's willing, we'll have more information ere long.
If we could but determine the motive behind the fires.
A bit of a gambler, ain't he? Fine by me, as long as his luck don't run out.
That seems to fluctuate, given how we found him.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak, though we fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master. He'd soon tell us what he knows, one way or another.
Pardon the intrusion, First Commander.
Ah, Lord Artorial. Are you come to see your father? He's attending Sir Emmerich in the chambers at present.
I am. He bid me bring this salve.
Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord.
In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. You didn't have any salve to begin with? Slightly sus, but okay.
My Lord Artorial did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Elfino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave.
I get options? These are 240. Primal accessories of fending or slaying. I'll just go for the silver pieces, since I already have 270 gear. It's probably entire gear sets. Because past this point, it's like, by the way, you're going to be doing some more dungeons, and you're going to want to be well equipped for it.
The past belongs to the dead. The future's ours to do with what we will.
It was not so long ago, was it? No more farewells. Not for a good while, at least.
How desperately we cling to that which we hold dear, knowing all the while that the day will come when we must let go.
Tataru is only 22. That's also slightly younger than I thought.
To diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Not just the status quo, but people that rebel against the new norm. Both are equal suspects.
Far too many to count.
Hey, you're able to stand.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Maybe it's technically not armor. Maybe some of it's armor, but like you've got a lot of gaps in that. Maybe we need to redress you a bit.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change.
Speaking of which, do you mind if I pop into Astrologan really quick and, like, seal that sucker up for real? Because apparently it's a really good healing class that actually works in canon, too.
When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
My lord, I've been blessed with the stars. Let me heal you.
An armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered.
Basilica.
And all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
I'm smelling a potential Vault Dungeon Run Part 2.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
You had it before you asked.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
I wasn't expecting his voice to be that deep. Honestly.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms then, friends.
Because mentally I still see him so much as like a teenager, but I also forget that older teenagers have deeper voices. Alas, it is only me that is the squeaky. Well, I know he's the older brother, it's just... it catches you off guard. When you expect them to be slightly younger still. In real life, too. Alright, where am I going? I'm marking the pillars. That is here. I could have sworn that the vault we did before was already hard mode, though, wasn't it? Nope, I guess not. We're probably getting the vault hard. Be mindful of archers up on top of the pillars, though. Do not concern yourself with my safety, lest you forget I too am a knight. Ready when you are. Concentrate on freeing the hostages. I will tend to their wounds. Just like old times, eh? Listen well. When we enter the Basilica, silently via this gate, according to our latest reports, there will be at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true Brothers of the Faith are unknown. I'm told one claimed to have several under Thordian 7. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it is highly likely yes, which means that they may well...
Bren, why? Brain, hello. Which means they... I didn't sleep well last night, we had thunderstorms. Which means they will possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Again. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artorial, you're a brave man, and a true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor, and wind up exactly as your brother. Are you certain you wish to join us? I'm no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. Alone is my witness. I will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Duty calls, commence. See. Through the Holy See. Oh, it's one of these. 'Twould seem our presence yet goes unnoticed. Come, we must secure the entrance. Remember, saving the hostages takes precedence over all else. Lay down your arms and die by the sword. Oop. To me. Why are you going over here? Are you not held captive by my enmity? Are you injured? Ah, bless you. You must hurry. The others were taken elsewhere by Sir Siminoard. Sir Siminoard? This is indeed the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guards. They've sounded the alarm. Alarm? I'll hold the entrance and look after this one. Now go. Not technically a Vault 2.0, it's more like a Vault 1.5. Outside of New Game Plus, I don't think we can come back to these types of raids either. Secure the hostage, Bren. Leave the others to us.
Down with you!
Yeah, somebody else must have better enmity than me. Can I build from here? Yes, I can. It's over now. It is over? They took the others somewhere. Quickly. It all happened so quickly. There they are. Let none escape. Keep going. We'll hold them here. Not alone, you won't. Braden, stay with Sir Emmerich and Lord Artorial. You don't need a repeat. This way, Bren, to the choir. And we got archers. Wait. Oh, it looked like he disappeared at first. Sir Siminoard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy, I give you my word. Ah, the word of a heretic and a kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. Also, what is this technology? Where did it come from?
Is it leftovers from the floating island? Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I'm a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So it's to be a trial then, Lord Artorial. Bren, leave us and save the hostages. I'll deal with Sir Siminoard. But I don't like leaving you alone here. How about you rescue the hostages? You just got stabbed. Oh, hello, and run none to us your judgment. Raise up the righteous and cast down the wicked. Come on then. Let's see who the Fury favors. Okay. Hostages rescued, 2 out of 6. Cermic is still wounded. If we do not move quickly, he will surely fall. I don't know what I'm even looking for, man. Do you want me to go up or down? They had me run this way. Is there anything over here? There is. Hey, hey, eyes on me. It's not working. Why? There must be others nearby, but where? Okay, that takes us back where we were. That's closed. Traitor, Kinslayer, yada yada. Oh gosh. Okay, I can't go that way. Cross, maybe? Okay, I do see something there. But getting to it is questionable. How do the gates open? Gates do not open. Well, this is stressful. There might be some in that hallway. Alright, get them untied quickly. I see no others nearby. Sir Emmerich needs our help. Alright, so that was... But it says Husky rested 5 of 6. That is confusing. Bonds untied. But only 5 of 6 hostages. Huh? Emmerich's vitality! Eyes on me, eyes on me, eyes on me.
This knight does not yield!
Provoke if I must. No, don't stand there! I've been facing away from Emmerich. One day I swear you will. Yeah, can we cut it any closer? Ugh. Oh, there. Fury be praised. He took Malay. You must hurry. The priest took Malay upstairs when he saw you kill his men. Have no fear, child. We'll save your friend. me, I'm not standing here because somebody else totally
Where
got
is
shot
he?
through the back.
Where is he?
And yet you somehow do not see yourself as evil.
Come no closer! You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
Hey? Do we have explanation for this? You see, if you just let me run him through, I could have saved her. Just saying.
Alright, somebody catch her, please. We got things that can fly. Doubt there's any nearby dragons. Oh, apparently there is. Nice save. Potentially Vidofnir. Looks like her. Why were you in the area?
But I... Vidofnir!
Nice catch. How did you know? Why are you here? It still would have likely broke her back. It would have. Movies use this trope all the time, but you've already fallen that distance. You're still gonna hit.
Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment.
Whatever catches you, you're gonna hit with the exact same force you were already falling with. Especially it's funny when something like in Iron Giant, for example, he grabs him with a big metal hand. That would hurt more than hitting the ground at that point.
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Even if you catch someone when they jump out of a window, like in first aid, you have to, like, catch it with a certain degree of force that cushions the fall, so you have to, like, brace some of the impact into yourself to prevent some of it. But yeah. Landing on hard dragon back from that height
Thank you for saving me.
still would have hurt.
Thou art welcome, child.
So what happened to the other guy? Did we get him? Is he arrested?
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee.
from Gracefelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
At least explains why she's here.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers?
Can't say. All we can do is try our best.
For 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefon you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
Is that a bit of jealousy? Alright, well that was timely. Vidofnir must have been circling for hours. How did nobody see her then?
In the moments before Vidofnir appeared, I contemplated teleporting the girl. Thank the 12 that I did not.
And send her where? Everybody else you teleported at least is a warrior.
This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir cannot stay longer.
Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival.
Well timed scarcely does it justice, but 1 moment later would have been a moment too late.
Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbor doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I should be at Forton Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the prizing stones without saying goodbye.
A moment, Bren. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you?
He's held his own in the vault. He got on well enough with Hilda. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but... I mean, he does seem kinda somber-ish. But it might just be his new appearance.
So you sense it too, a subtle change, imperceptible to most. I myself did not notice it at first, but upon closer examination, I saw that his etheric flow has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate Aether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics.
Did he need to? He's kind of a rogue.
I wish to do more to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel.
Oh, teleports.
Significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then, I should be on my way. Kryl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last?
Okay, further down, I actually want to look something up really quick. I want to see how much further I have for Heavensward. I don't want to accidentally cross over into Stormblood. Heavensward quests. We are... Main chain continued. As goes light, so does darkness. We're in the 60s. We got the one literally named Heavensward, so they need to be post Heavensward main scenario quests. Here we go. Control F. Patch 3.1. As goes light, so does darkness. So we are here. Oh, this looks to be the end of a patch. That's why it felt like an ending. Every class uses Aether. It's just the magic class only uses Aether directly. I guess machinist with a little thing on the side, but technically to be a machinist you wouldn't need Aether. Mine just gets a boost from it.
Lord Edmont told me all about what Vidofnu did. Gods, how I wish I'd been there to see it.
In the moment you might have regretted it.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Is that the one they fixed up? Or I left his at his grave, so that can't be it. It must be a replica.
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue.
Probably already outdated.
But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zamail.
Yeah, no offense, but that don't seem like the reason why they're pissy at you to begin with, so I don't see it doing all that much.
So I said to him, alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread.
I'm not ready to be patriarch, he
Our
says.
legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
Knight lives to serve? I genuinely don't have a response to that. Like, cause... Wow, that was somebody going by with loud music. I'm not from this culture, I'm sorry. We operate so different, so I don't really have the best approach. I don't really know what I can say.
A knight lives to serve, to aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You are a sister to Horchiffon. Will you be a sister to me as well?
A sibling to Hausfotom.
Come, Emanelaine. There's much to be done.
Emanelaine.
For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
See if I can remember that. But yeah, for some reason I get the two brothers mixed up a lot. I think it might be the hair. I think younger bro might not feel the same way about this.
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fotom, Heavensward, as light goes, so does darkness. And there we go, there's patch 3.1. 240 accessories. We also get the Hausfotom kite shield, which, oh, it's functional in aesthetics only. And a wind-up harsher font. What isn't dead, or is recreated in a goldsmith's workshop, can never die. Ouch! Is this thy proof? Thy Garen oracles? Apocrypha? It's a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning and of the path we have been set upon. The books are glowing. Hey! Warrior of Darkness. Our fates were ordained years ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception. Nor the Triad. You know it must be done. So the Warriors of Darkness are working with the Ascians. And I recognize some of those boots too. Is this Elise or Alphino? Well? Ah, Papalimo. That must be Ida then.
Everyone has their orders. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. Their Imperials won't know it hit them.
This seems like it might be leftovers from Alamigo.
I fear it will be bloody. By Ralgar, it had better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one.
Because they just like the people from Little Alamigo, but that doesn't appear to be any place I recognize. So I'm guessing a little bit close to Alamigo itself. Every race apart from the Garleans can use Aether, and it's why they have Magitek. Yeah. I do know that they can't use Aether. It's sort of a thing that you forget when you don't see everybody use magic. Much as I worry for the future of Ishgard, the fate of our missing friends concerns me even more. Even the Ascians almost address them a little bit differently. But there we go. As it once was is the beginning of patch 3.2. It says Gears of Change. I'm not looking too much into it. I just have quest names to make sure I didn't go too far. But apparently I am quite a ways out, so I don't need to worry about that too much.
Alphino, Bren, I've been looking all over for you. We received news regarding Flahamin, Hori Boulder, and Continent.
Really? Has something happened?
No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems that once they learned the Scion's good name had been restored, they boarded the next ship bound to Limsa. They should be arriving any moment now.
Yeah, 4/5 still to go.
It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being spied on.
Quite. What wonderful news to think that our reunion is close to hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Ah, Thancred and Kryl, what brings the two of you here? Kryl and I have been looking for how we might track down Minfilia.
And we may have just found the answer. Bren, while you were fleeing Ul'dah with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect that it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, may surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data.
Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Bren felled the Ultima weapon, and the strife of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield me from her magic. The magic I invoked. Kryl and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you? Alone? I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident that will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Kryl when the patrols pass. Besides, if you and Bren are coming along, who will see to Flahamin's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well. I trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrades' return. Might I impose on you to meet them at the Lowenson docks? Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Not including optional content, indeed. We'll get to that eventually. Seeing as some of these seem to be quite longer than they used to be. Like, what is you? Gods of Eld. From a Mysterious Stranger. That seems like be long. A lot of these seem like they'd be long. Like, there's not as many short quests anymore. A lot of them seem to be, like, hour-plus long quests. Right, I forget about the Easter eggs. Is that? By the gods, it is you. Well met, Bren, well met. If it isn't Bren Nightmare, well, you didn't have to come all this way just for us. Actually, I came for her.
Ah, Bren, how have you been? Come here and let me have a good look at you. Thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day.
We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it's all we could do to escape. Tataru Town found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter around the Hanish vessel. The what? It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did.
We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad to indeed return home and speak with my daughter.
Ooh, about that.
What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen?
Well, technically it wasn't me.
Forgive me. I'm sure you're doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last.
Wait, the first?
I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime.
Thancred's been with her longer than she has? For a certainty, there must be more and more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. As the spirit to the Scions, a long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Is that why everybody calls him Dad Crid?
Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones.
Oh, hey. Didn't recognize you the first time. Do the second. Fool me once. Not fool me twice.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Wait. Wait a minute. Eyes, Why? Was it always that way? He had one covering his eye before. Where'd you get the blue one? Is the blue one special?
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out.
Did he always have heterochromia?
Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
Saying you're not fully trusted anymore.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think.
Also, I'm curious if there's a reason why the castrum's logo is a turtle. I'm just not realizing that. That this is a shell. This is a head. These are little fins. And these are little feet.
15 years passed when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoire, every science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydalin's intervention will lead us to her.
Yeah, I kind of need to look at something now. FF14, Thancred, AR. Just in case. Yeah, here's his old character. Can I get a close-up of his face? I can't tell from here. It looks more like he has darker eyes. So the blue one is probably new. Yeah, they both look orange or light brown in his original A Realm Reborn portrait. Don't worry, I'm keeping it to A Realm Reborn just in case. But yeah, does that mean the blue one's new? Why was it hidden? Was it injured? Can you see out of it? Does it see Aether like Ystola's does? So many questions. Home at last. I must make my rounds and see whom remains. Ah, great to be back in the toll. Even smells like adventure. It feels good to be home again. To think that everyone's waiting for us just beyond those doors. Friends and family with whom we've shared so much. God's help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. I'm guessing it was inside here. It's been a while. Oh no, we got more. Oh, it's the extreme mode for this dungeon, isn't it? For the Realm Reborn ending. I haven't done the extreme of the other one yet. And there they are at last, thank the 12. Nothing like a homecoming to lift everyone's spirits. Thanks for bringing them back. Another Tia. Is that Lady Flahaman I've heard so much about? Well, well, I shall have to introduce myself. Gotta see what all's going on here. I must tell the children at once. They've all been so fond of Hori. When our comrades betrayed us, I fear all was lost. How wrong I was. Elaine, a female. It fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and hearty. And what of Higiri? She's well enough, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. I worry that Armgoose is getting a bit carried away, but I suppose I can overlook this occasion.
We could do with more rounds of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companion. Brings a bloody tear to the eye. Yeah, I can't burp on command, so none of that. First ochre, and now hoary. A passing fancy I could suffer, but this? She's hopeless. Utterly hopeless. Huh? Oh, it's a woman saying that. I thought it was like an old lady, the way she was hunched. Who's hopeless? Huh? Aye, I've heard of it from Elaine. So where is she? If I'm to greet the songstress of Ul'dah, I would do so on my feet. To secret oneself in a ship's hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. It's a tale I know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there is no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I'm happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less than accommodating. Isidore has a spirit of a man half his age. I imagine his granddaughter often struggled to keep up.
Oh my, decisions.
Oh wait, there's... you must be a different brother or something, since there's two boulders now. Huzzah, he's returned! Together my brother and I shall serve the Scions till the breaking of an 8th dawn! Meanwhile, Colton just looks tired. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we've settled in, I would join in the search. Ochre, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why you, brother, you and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me, you trained with the Hunish, didn't you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves, and drink deep of the souls of mine enemies. And an unexpected welcome indeed, and a challenge besides. Would not do to be bested by my little brother. Oh no, not after having come so far.
It's been so long since I've seen them all like this.
Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake.
We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Minfilia, Ida, Papalymo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. And with me at the head of the queue, of course.
Optional. Sesame cookie. Skill speed. I'll take steamed something. Looked like a veggie dish. Didn't actually read what it was. You think I'm probably have the output and defense to do the ARR extreme solo. Yeah, it's just hard for me to tell which one of these are direct extremes from ARR or if they're from Heavensward. The one I just looked at has to be Heavensward, which probably has a whole different set of requirements, but
it'll all be like it was, just you wait and see.
The word of the mother. Alphino is eager to return to the search for Minfilia and looks like I maybe get a pet Froggo. Dankard and Kryl contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into the Castrum Meridinium bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them in Yustola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she'll forgive me if I return with their daughter. So before I do that, really quickly. Now Harshafant can always be with me in little tiny robot spirit.
It was rather less than I had hoped, though mayhap I asked too much.
How is Flahaman, by the way? Enchanting as ever, I trust. I shall have to pay my respects when time allows. My apologies. I see I'm last to arrive, so what news have you of us? And why are you so far out compared to the Castrum?
Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remains of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light.
To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silda Ant aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance.
Hydaelyn, there's no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the state where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in the sea of aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that, when communing with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace.
Maybe one of the people that was confronting her?
And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side.
You're implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, and that she might summon her body and soul unto an ethereal sea. In which case, we needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of Anti-Tower, a Sharlayan construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Gotta speak to her again. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Anti-Tower. I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Actually, I have questions. What is this big rock? Can anybody read it, or is it here for show at this point? Speak with Matoya. We must head all the way out again. Level 60 will all be Heavensward, whereas level 50, oh, that's a good way to tell, will be A Realm Reborn. I think you have all of the AR extremes. You have done 6 out of 9. Getting closer. Progress 'tis being made. Slowly. Actually faster now that I've been streaming a little bit more often this week. I'll still probably structure them once a week on YouTube. Just because that way it'll give the illusion of them coming out all summer. And also to not overwhelm people. Which I know tends to be the case if I do more than one series a week.
potentially like to get this series done prior to summer, just because A, noise has been really bad as of late, and even already, and B, after the... What's going on here? After the graphics patch, this game really makes my PC run pretty hot when I, Are we waiting for something? What the heck is going on here? Excuse me. When I'm also recording and streaming. Might be a streamer. It might be. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words still strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Anti-Tower, that we might use it to see a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you you could do such a thing, I wonder? I am in a server with a lot of streamers. The tower was abducted to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that's no deterrent to you, then by all means. I might have done so on purpose. Is that all? I felt that you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as a custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Anti-Tower was sealed save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We'll do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. You, Baldesian girl, you're staying here with me. I need your help to restore the wards to their original state. The rest of you can go, on the condition that you clean up the mess in the tower. If you encounter any unruly familiars, you're to tend to them. Those are my terms, and I'll hear no argument. Well, it appears the mistress has spoken. Lead the way, Brun. The Anti-Tower is now accessible. Regular duty has been added to the Duty Finder and Duty Support. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what you'll need to do once you reach the bottom, but you've always been so resourceful, so... Fair warning, but the arcane entities in the Anti-Tower are but a troublesome lot. Try not to die in there. Long did I wonder what awaited beyond that door. Several times in my youth, I even tried to open it, but the wards were beyond my ability to dispel. All I earned for my efforts was a mountain of menial chores, and I've given up on ever satisfying my curiosity. To think that I'm about to step through the threshold after all these years. The Anti-Tower is the sole reason a Sharlayan settlement existed in Eorzea. One cannot overstate the structure's importance. Whatever it takes, we'll find Minfilia. Whatever it takes. Okay, can I go in? Oh, I can enter with a party of NPCs. Alright. Let's go! It's this thing. Interesting space-time anomaly up there. Down there? Oh, dang, it's the freaking Utana Palace. Ah, it's Shen and Co. They're around the same part I am. I kind of guessed maybe. Let's
change map layout just because it's new. No, not the Froggos! I'm sorry, friend! And I'll stick to smaller pulls just because NPCs don't typically respond quite as well as actual party members. Okay, these are like the paths we walk on in 13, though. When we're inside the vestige. It has these types of floors. Right before you reboard the airship to go to the new world. Thought he dropped something at first. Launch me! Really now? If you insist. Suddenly, so many more enemies. I've also noticed I don't have my 4th hit combo in here. My Holy Spirit, because it's a 60 dungeon, I unlocked it. It's a 64 ability. First boss, here we go. The Zero Rogo. And his rock and blue raspberry gushers. And ring pops. Okay, those are different. They need anything from me. Can't tell. He seems to be singing. That normally summons other frogs and other Final Fantasies. Didn't seem to do that here. Maybe I just don't stand where they are? Oh no! Wait! Wait! I'm frogged! I became his frog! Maybe it just temporarily turns me into frog. I figured something about those would cause it to maybe revert me back, but that didn't seem to be the case. want to be standing where he's singing.
Like this.
Okay, then eventually summoned a frog there. Okay, only some people become as frogs. Don't know the selection process yet. It's not easy being green. I can fly! You travel up the staircase. But yeah, he kind of looks like he's decked out in candy. Alright, what in the Spyro the Dragon have I gotten myself into this time? Chrono Trigger looking between zone. That's just an actual treasure chest. Pardon the paranoia. The doorkeep. The doorkeep who bashes people with a rock, apparently. Oh, literally! He is a doorkeep. He summons fire elementals. Okay. I was gonna say doorkeep. I don't see any dang doors. Do now. Do I close them or something? No, I can't seem to interact with them.
Away with you!
Even more monkey-like things. Golems? Marliths. Rooting Marliths. Biggest one actually went down the fastest. Ah, it's Kirby's little shiny butt that I keep seeing. I keep thinking that there's something there for me to pick up, but it's just Alfino's carbuncle. Here we go again, with more doors. Wait, where'd he go? I think one jumped into one of the doors. Oh, goodness gracious.
I have my pride.
There's so many! Toya's gonna wonder why the heck we set the void on fire. You got big crystal. What did the glare do? Some sort of crystal. Oh, shoot. Hello. Okay, the crystals explode. Good to know. I'm probably gonna have to hide behind that at some point. Oh, I see. If you get the tether, you hide. Oh, it's bigger than I thought it would be. Yeah. My turn. Oh, my ping's gonna get me killed. Okay, it's more forgiving than the wolf one. In Kurthus. There's one we have to stand behind the icicles while fighting a wolf. And with my ping, I have to get out of there so darn fast. Otherwise, it will trap me and freeze me. Okay, note to self, stay away from that. Guide this way.
I have my pride.
And here comes the big glare, but he won't be able to do it. Goodbye, tiny bun bun. They're cute. Come, the lowest level awaits. Even the fire's upside down. Viking GG's! Black Mage GG's! Oh, cute! No, I kind of feel bad now. The Final Fantasy IX guilt, it's returning. Yeah, that one. The absolute moment you dodge the attack at which you're standing behind that crystal, because of my ping, I have to run out of there immediately after that attack goes off before the orange even appears, because otherwise it will get me. There! Oh, they look like mini ultimate weapons with those little corgi legs. What do they call them? The little miniature horses. Are they just called miniature horses, or are they called something else? They've got little munchkin legs, just like the ultimate weapon does. Ponies? Maybe. Aren't ponies like a different thing? Like a whole different breed of species? I could have sworn there was also a breed of horse that had a genetic mutation similar to munchkin cats. So they're like full-ish sized horses, but they got little short baby legs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my brain has imagined that. No, cats and dogs have it. I was gonna say, this room feels too empty. And suddenly, from the ceiling... Round 2. Oh, dang it. See if I can read and dodge at the same time. A pony is a type of small horse, usually measured under a special height at maturity. Ponies often have a thicker coat, manes, and tails compared to larger horses, and proportionately shorter legs, wider barrels, heavier bone, thicker necks, and shorter heads. Okay. I did have a great uncle that had horses for a while. He later sold that ranch, so they no longer do. But otherwise I didn't get to spend as much time around horses as I did other animals. So I know less about them. Both of the horses were really fidgety too, so you couldn't ride them.
We are Calbrina, adorable dolls, terrible dolls. Yip ho ho. Is this supposed to be a 4 reference? Otherwise, why giant dolls? Okay. Calla and Brina. Wonder which to go for first. Does it matter? Oh, they dance. Oh, that don't make it easy. Baby dolls with laser eyes. Okay, the Callas seem to be going down relatively swiftly. Okay, there's gotta be more to it than this. They're gonna do something, like combine or something. There's no way they die in this many hits. Let's go stand with everybody else. Just in case. AI know what it's doing better than me, maybe. Yeah, it is the Final Fantasy XIV doll! What are you doing here? Okay, I'm guessing don't look at the center. Ready for the next attack. Dollhouse. Will this do anything? That I should be worried about? More. I got minis of self. Why are they running away? Maybe because they're already defeated. Can't tell. I think I got to this boss in 4. It's been such a long time though. Oh, was lucky with that I was able to avoid that one.
brace. It's gonna be brace. Ah, just a shield. Oh, do I get knocked back every time I hit her? Yes, I do. She's going to potentially go down already, so might as well. They're still alive, which means I'll probably see them again. Your sister did a bit of horse riding. Also, where we live, there are a few horse owners. Yeah, there's a few here, too. Just never really done it. Most of the farms around here tend to be more utilitarian. Like I said, I had a great uncle that had 2 horses. I was able to feed them, but they weren't rideable. She sounds a little different, but it could just be the new VA. Is that you, regular Blue Heidelin?
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
Why were you sealed away behind creepy baby dolls? An enemy that normally protected the fiends.
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia.
Oh, did you accidentally get, like, super possessed by the Mother Crystal?
Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think.
Is there eventually going to be more to that phrase? Are you repeating it for a reason? Also, can we get Minfilia back? Or can you not sustain yourself without borrowing her body now? Are you too damaged?
Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter.
And who is him? Also, she mentioned a moon. In Crystal Chronicles, the red crystal is kept up on the moon.
Across 10 and 3 were we then divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final.
But if we're damaging... I mean, they're damaging our crystal. I wonder if there is a second one. We're damaging theirs.
With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea.
Like I said, I'm not too sure that the Ascians might not be pitting us against each other. Playing both sides to get what they want.
Blessed children, go forth and seek.
It's fine. He was probably just a spirit body. If we can get the shards, we can maybe put her back together. Get the glue.
You've had another vision, haven't you?
Oh boy, you are not gonna like this one.
Let us return to Master Matoya's cave. Everyone will wish to hear what you saw.
Yeah, they'll probably need to sit too. White-haired crew, away.
Still in one piece, are we?
Can't say the same for her, though.
Well, did you learn anything?
Yes, I need all the glue and duct tape you have.
I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone?
Mm-hmm. Poor Thancred.
But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Also, it's not like the whole crystal shattered, so there is a chance that we might be able to get the pieces back.
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
I mean, we were in a spirit realm after all.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
There is also the chance, just because I've been burned by a few crystals a few too many times in these Final Fantasy games, that it may have deliberately waved Minfilia in front of us as a way of further gaining its trust. Oh, look, these words are being spoken from the friend you dearly miss so much. Now go and do my bidding, says the crystal. Like, maybe it's sincere, maybe it isn't.
Of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Final Fantasy XII and XIII gave me trust issues surrounding crystals.
Yes, of course.
As did Crystal Chronicles, for both of the colors.
Thancred, wait!
I think he needs space, Alphino.
No, this is all wrong.
"'Tis a blessed few who get to choose how and when, and for what they die. Not that you need reminding, I suppose, but that boy, give him a break, he's 16. For all the suffering he has known, he still clings to the notion that there's a cosmic justice, a morality by which we are saved or condemned, and there isn't. I mean, you're right, but he's still really young, so it's harder for him to process that. She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought was best. What now? I'll say that. I know that, I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? Sacrifice. The loss. That's the hard part. It doesn't. Maintaining peace is never ending. But before I begin the next leg of this quest, I'll probably cut things here because it's the end of a chapter and a good point to do so, and I'm also starting to run short on time. So let us walk back to Limsa for now. It'll give us a good jumping off point. I don't think I have any of the society quests built up enough. No, I don't. They're going along, but since you only earn 70 points flat now, they don't progress as fast. But hey, I have another dungeon to add to my rotation. Also, did you catch the other stuff in that scene? Which other stuff do you mean? In which scene? The one with the mother crystal, or the one where everybody was talking about Minfilia? Do you mean like when she shattered? About 10 and 3 and the source rejoinings. I know they mentioned it. I'm not entirely sure of the meanings. Like, I know the 13 darknesses, maybe? Is that what they meant? About 10 and 3. 10 and 3 in the source and rejoinings. I don't actually know the full meanings in my head. I know they talk about the source a lot. Yustola used to at the beginning of the game. But unfortunately my brain is currently lacking the context in order to make use of it. I'm afraid if I look it back up I'll be spoiled. Who knows? Just good knowledge to keep hold of for the future. Okay. I was paying attention to that. I just don't know exactly what to do with these tidbits. So I guess I'll just put them into my pocket for now. But for now, I suppose this ought to be where I call it. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like I said, I might end up speedrunning towards the end of Heavensward, just because, like I said, I want to get this game done before it starts getting too hot, and therefore it starts being kind of mean to my computer. Even now, my GPU is running at like 75 degrees Celsius, which is a little oof for my GPU. CPU's fine, but the one GPU side is running really hot. One side is running at 64, but the other one's running at like 75, which is not good. So I might end up turning the game specs down also just a little bit. I don't know if I need 60 frames on this game in particular, so if it saves my PC from exploding, I might do that. But yeah, I just want to get it done before it gets too hot. So thank you so much to everyone who's joined. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more Final Fantasy XIV, and I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye!